Hi, it's Teresa. This is Love Tide Tarot. Welcome to your reading. This is your message. You were meant to hear this today. I'm filming it on March 17th, 2026, St. Patrick's Day if you celebrate. But it is meant to find you whenever you need to hear it, so it is timeless. The downloads that I was getting, or more or less the things that came through on the meditation before this reading, was yes, choosing love over fear, which just the word choosing, that's your power, your control. And it's not blind positivity. And the reason I'm going over this is because, you know, it is a new channel and this is the theme for now. It's not blind positivity. It's not refusing to face fears or ignoring fears. But choosing love actually acknowledges the fear without letting it drive your choice, right? Choosing love also allows you to fail without punishing yourself. Choosing to react from a place of love and compassion and not fear and protection or fight or flight, right? Again, this is your message. You were meant to hear this. So please like the video, and if you really get something out of it, then subscribe or comment or come back and check out the next video. I do appreciate it. So let's get started. I think I'm going to start with the story dice and just see what comes out here. We'll see. Holy Spirit. I'm calling in Holy Spirit, the collective spirit guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Jophiel, or Jophiel, and Jeremiah. All right. So we have the axe. I don't know if it's focusing properly. So we have the axe. We have the cane. And we have a message or a thought. Words. That's what I'm getting here. It's words. So what I'm getting here is like these are all tools. And they're all weapons at the same time. They can be weapons or they can be tools. Do these define you? They don't define you. They are things that are outside of your soul or your spirit. Communicating words. Words are not, they are something we learn. And we are confined sometimes with words. We're confined to describing things and trying to fit it to words, or words to fit to what we are feeling, what we're seeing, what we're trying to communicate, right? All right, what else? We have anger, frustration, not happy, right? We have the sun. It could be a sunrise or a sunset. I guess you decide, or we decide. And we have shield. I feel like this is kind of saying, like with the anger, like, or your emotion, your, because I hate to say negative and positive, because there is a positive place for anger, there is a positive place for frustration, because it can drive you, right? It can motivate you, whatever the case is. So, you know, if we get into saying anger is bad, or frustration is bad, or disappointment is bad, it's necessary, and accepting that, right? But what drives anger? What drives even fear? We're talking about choosing love over fear. Not giving fear power is what I'm saying. Give love the power in your life. There is a shield here. With the sun, I just get that, you know, is it setting or is it rising? The truth is it rises every day and it sets every day. So it's like you can regulate yourself. You can regulate your emotions by the sun in a sense. You know, knowing that it's still going to be there. It's consistent. It always comes when it's supposed to. Even if it is covered by clouds, shielded, something. But I feel like this is knowing that you're protected, knowing what you can rely on here. I'm just really just channeling whatever comes out. It's not necessarily going to form a story. It may. Let's get a few more. And we have the parachute. Parachuter. We have the money bag. And we have the book. So I'm getting here like there is something about wisdom, things that you've learned, accumulated, things that you still have yet to learn. Sometimes knowing means knowing you know nothing. There's so much to know that you couldn't possibly know it all, right? There is someone that does know it all, and that's God. So know that there are things that are just part of your story, your fate, your destiny, however you want to look at it. But there is all of these other things that are going to possibly come up against you, be used, your own words used against you. But there's also all of these same things can be used for you. That's what I'm getting here. There is some type of, with this parachute, like, that's that faith in knowing that you're protected and knowing that when you fall, you will be caught. You won't go down. That's what I'm getting here. The money bag is just here. And how do we work with that energy? How do we, it's an energy, just like love is, just like fear is, just like a talent that you have, growing a tree, you can grow your money. It's all energy. I just heard the dryer go off. So I feel like there is things that have been going on in the background that you might not have even noticed, but you're suddenly aware of them because that's wrapping up whatever was going on in the background. So we may come back to those as the cards come out. More of it, more may make sense as we go along. So I'll just leave those there. All right, I'm going to use this sacred water, cleansing water. It says a divine elixir for connecting with higher realms, deepening rituals, and awakening spiritual essence. So I'm just telling you what my intention is by using this. I did pray prior to the reading for our spiritual protection, for discernment, for understanding the message that wants to come out through the Holy Spirit and the angels that we called in. Okay, I cannot even hardly shuffle these. They're just slightly too big, but I did shuffle extensively prior to starting the reading. All right, Holy Spirit, what message? Angels, what message? What message do we have for the collective about choosing love over fear? This could come out as a storyline. This really didn't come out as a storyline. That's how I know this is your message, because there's going to be so much information. It could be in pieces. It could be a whole story. Okay, that's too many. It could be a whole story. It could be exactly what you needed to hear. It could be one piece of it, but it is your message. All right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels. Okay. And we have restore. There's 88 cards in the deck, and this keeps coming out. So it says time out for you, nature, shamanic signs. There's a lot of signs and symbolism happening. If you get caught up in trying to read everything, you can get lost. So I feel like there is a need. I'm just pointing that out with signs. I feel like that's where you are meditating, you are praying, however it is that you connect to God spiritually, and asking for, what are your signs? What is the symbol that you should be looking for, if, you know, as far as finding synchronicities, finding messages from angels to come through. There's certain things that are going to stand out to you, and it could be these could be signs. You could see that these are all hearts, and then there's a cross, and then this isn't a heart. I mean, like, there are things that stand out of patterns. Sometimes it's not the things that are repeating, it's what you see missing, right? But this restore energy is about taking time out, is about meditating, is about connecting and allowing yourself to recharge, and be filled with the Holy Spirit, filled with the energy, the healing, the comfort that comes from God and the angels and the Holy Spirit. What else do we have? I'm really going to try not to read the book for this. This is the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. And it is gorgeous, and it has so much information, especially when it comes to really trying to operate in love. But they are quite extensive as well. So let's just see what messages come from the cards, and if we have to go to the book, we will. All right, what else? Okay, let's see. We have 2 here. We have peace beyond survival. And it's number 11. This was number 1, so we have 111. Peacemaker through inner peace. Resolving ancient splits. I mean, you know, a lot of things, like, you know, have pointed, and look at that pointing to there, have pointed to things going on in the collective, in the world, that are sign of the times, the end times. I will say that it's not that I'm poo-pooing that, but my grandmother said we were in the end times. She's passed away. My father said we were in the end times. He's passed away. So we very well are in the end times, but what does that mean? So revolution, resolving ancient splits. So yeah, there's definitely, this could be, you know, some type of religious fulfillment, but I would be less focused on that and more focused on deepening your connection with God, with the Holy Spirit, with the angels. That's my advice that came through. We also have this Lemurian guide. So these 2 cards, no matter how much I shuffle, just keep coming out in the readings, and I'm taking it because it's necessary and it's what Spirit wants to show us. It says sister, friend, teacher of infinite, universal love. So this Lemurian guide is here and has been here. I really feel like there is something to be learned from Lemurian, any kind of information you can get on Lemuria, but it is very, I wouldn't say scatter, what's the word? Piecemeal, and use your discernment as to what is, you know, because mostly people have made this into more of a myth or a fantasy kind of realm. So I would be very mindful, or really ask for protection and discernment when you are seeking information about this. But yeah, there is a restoration in process. Everything that's going on, I'm just feeling like, you know, the universe always balances itself. So what we can take from that is that even when it may appear the worst of times, God and the angels are going to bring forth things that are the extremely opposite direction, the extreme blessings, miracles. This is when these things are going to happen on a larger scale, or to many more affected. Just as many more will be affected by war or you know, terrible things happening, you're going to have a balance out of just as many miracles and blessings happening. It's the only way that we can get through it as humans, like to also experience those other extremes. We can't, it's like we can't even function. We can't, in the 3D, we can't function if it's just all downhill or all taking us further in a pit. It's just, there has to be something that keeps us alive, keeps us hope. And you have to find it sometimes. You have to look for it or ask for it. The bottom of the deck, we have the depths of love. Let go of fear to jump into love. Let go beyond attachments. Wow. I mean, ask and you shall receive when it comes to getting a message from Spirit. That's what I'm getting here. So letting go of fear to jump into love. Let go beyond attachments. So, that one, I feel like it has to resonate with you or it doesn't. I don't think that I can explain as far as letting go of attachments. I'm just getting like your expectations. Really look at what are your expectations. Is that of other people, of yourself, of the world? Your expectations drive a lot of your goals, but also your disappointments. And your opportunity for conflict is what I'm getting here, or like inner conflict. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, let's see what we have. This is the Astro Ascension deck from NordicL.com. Any messages from this deck, Holy Spirit, angels? Let's take this one. First house, the self. Redefining who you are. Aries energy, the Emperor and the Tower. It says self-image, ego, identity, personality, body appearance or body appearance, first impression on others, early childhood, beginnings, and your ascendant. So it's got the fingerprint, right? There's something specific to you that is necessary right now during these times. Whether you're focusing on that it's the end times or not, it doesn't really matter. There is a reason you are here, something you only have, or that only you can do, or that only you can contribute to this time and wherever you are in the world. And you could be at the top of a mountain all by yourself and you're still going to affect the world. That's why I am very unconcerned with, or inconcerned, what's the word, of how far this video reaches. It's being put into the collective. It's being put in the airwaves, in the cell towers, whatever. It's going out there. And so the message is coming through from the Holy Spirit, from God, from the angels. This restoration, you may be restoring your body. You may be going through a healing process physically. This could also be about kind of reinventing yourself, like how you want to be perceived. Doing that introspection of your personality and like, how did you get here, right? Looking at your childhood, seeing how you're presented to the world, taking a look at yourself from a more objective perspective. What else? We have Andromeda, the high vibration, magic and miracles, heart-centered, highly gifted, creative, imaginative, intuitive, freedom seeker, teacher, healer, balanced yin and yang. Wow. So that's a lot, right? But I feel like even the colors kind of go with here. And it's weird because this is a fingerprint, but this is an egg, but they're kind of the same shaped. We do have Easter coming up, but we're on St. Patrick's Day here, so, and these are timeless, but I just feel like there's those energies coming through. The high vibration, magic and miracles. You know, it's like there is energy coming in that seems unearthly, right? And they're here to help restore peace. Now, I'm not speaking like, you know, if we have an alien encounter, it doesn't mean that it is Andromeda or it is, you know, Lemurians from like time traveling or something. But there is the energy present. And they are trying to support the ones that have been born at this time or born into being here at this time, to create this peace beyond just survival. You know, we have catastrophe cycles that are not talked about a lot, but they're being talked about more and more. So the earth is going to go through a renewal process very soon. What does soon mean in earth years, you know? So I feel like there's all the support coming from the universe in all different forms, in all different dimensions. And all the energy is culminating physically in the 3D, right? To where we're starting to see it manifest physically. What else do we have? We have the sword. Archangel Michael is here cutting the cord. We talked about attachments here, cutting the cord. Protecting yourself by not being tied to energies that may have grown in a different direction and could be pulling on your energy. This could be you having a cord to somebody that you are affecting them that way. It's give and take, and I feel like there is this need, but this is the sort of truth too. Unhealthy attachment, yeah. Outdated energy, endings, taking power back, courage, releasing someone's influence, freedom. And here we had, you know, teacher, healer. There may have been a purpose previously to be attached to this energy, but sometimes we have people or situations, jobs, locations, house, whatever it is in our lives for a time, not forever. So there are certain things, and this is kind of like in this challenge position that it may be difficult. It's not going to be easy, but there may be things that you can lovingly cut out of your life. Not attach, not allow other things to, or old things or things that aren't helping you pull on your energy. And not pushing energy to a situation or a person or a place, a job, whatever it is. There are certain things that you need to stop pushing your energy towards. We also have 1111, the call, alignment. So we're definitely talking about this restoration, getting in alignment, because you're still going to have to find peace even through trying to survive. If we're in end times, you know, surviving whatever that is. So it says alignment, new gateway, activation, epiphany, divine timing, rapid manifestation, spiritual awakening, twin flame union. All of that could be true. I feel like this is judgment. This is your challenge, is the truth, right? And it may be subdued. Archangel Michael is saying it's going to be revealed. It may be revealed, certain truths may be revealed very suddenly. And it may be because you cut off something that has been blocking your energy. But it's also going to open a gateway, right? It's almost like gonna let the drawbridge down because it's been up and not allowing you to go forward. All of that's going to come together. And then we have as the outcome here, or in the outcome position, Mars, light of power, the tower. Burn or be burned. Energy, passion, action, sex, desire, determination, ambition, aggression, competition, conflict, confrontation, war. So this is what we're going to be guided towards. And it's kind of like getting to the people, the places that you're aligned to for a reason. That's what I'm getting here. Aligned so that you can fulfill a purpose during whatever this culmination is, this tower moment, where there is divine intervention. I always look at the tower card when it says the tower here. The tower is the divine intervening. And it may not feel good, but it is the divine intervening. And it may not look like the work of God. It may look like the work of something evil. But it's all happening for a purpose. And what comes after is what you were, wanting to get to the other side of this. That's what I'm getting here. Wow. I feel like because it's general, it's really hard to pinpoint like how I feel about this. It's like, like the feeling that's coming through these cards. It's like there's so many different things. Don't get overwhelmed with what is my purpose? What is my purpose? You will be brought to the place and to the point and into alignment exactly at the time you're supposed to and how you're supposed to. But it's being connected to God, being connected to the Holy Spirit, and being in the energy of being of service. That's what I'm getting here. The bottom of the deck, we have Libra, I unite justice. So this is all justice. This is all the universe, God balancing things out. So with the extreme terrible, there's always the extreme blessings, the miracles that are going to come through that. Wow. It says, let's see. Be kind, but don't people please. Diplomatic, helpful, friendly, social, kind, charming, romantic, balanced, peaceful, conflict avoidant, and pleasure seeking. So I feel like, it's like balancing out all these energies. You're not going to fight fire with fire. That's what I'm getting here. That's not how you're going to be called. That's all I'm getting here. Let's get some tarot out. We're going to use the Tarot Unexplained. And I just have to remember, because they don't call like the cups, or the wands. It's called other things. So I'll have to remember to point that out when the cards come out. All right. Holy Spirit, angels, thank you so much for the message so far. What else? What else do you want us to know? How can we choose love over fear today? And we have the Six of Portals. This is the Six of Cups. So yes, we are looking back at how things have been done in the past. Things that were good of the past. But this is also reminding us not to over romanticize the past. We could have great memories of the past and choose to overlook the things that were not so great. And when we do that, we end up repeating the past. So I get what it's saying here is this is how we got to this point. So we may be looking back at, like, how did we get here? It's talking about that identity and like kind of how are we received? How are we perceived? What is the current energy for the collective? And we have, this is the Emperor. So yeah. What I'm getting with this is that there is power at stake here. And I feel like we have this magic and miracles, heart-centered, right underneath it. And I feel like this is where we can really choose love over fear. This is where we're praying for our leaders. We're praying for other countries to come to a peaceful solution to whatever the case is. Like, how can we support our leaders to come to what's best for the highest good? This doesn't have to be war. This could be, you know, in your community, in your church, in your family. There is this energy of looking at this Emperor, this divine masculine energy, and maybe trying to understand it or be it, or recognize that you're in that position. You're in the position of leadership. It could be anything for each of you, but this is so crucial, this divine masculine energy. Not talking about it has to be a man. I'm saying divine masculine energy, not toxic masculine energy, or I don't know, I'm getting like deflated masculine energy, or any of these things that we tend to associate, that we have been programmed to believe anything masculine is toxic. Yeah, we have to get back, because this is where our expectations come in, right? And then we're expecting failure, or we're expecting toxicity from this masculine energy. And this is where we are letting go of expectations, of judgment, and how can we be compassionate and choose love, not fear. Not fear of what someone can do, but more about how can we uplift that person, or how can we uplift that energy within us, which is confidence, which is protection, which is passionate and truthful, honest, right? That's what we want to promote, or ignite within ourselves and within others. Leading, responsibility. What's the challenge here? Because I'll be clear, Spirit isn't bringing out this in the challenge position. Our leader is not the challenge. This is a spiritual war. As above, so below. As below, so above. However you want to look at it. This is a spiritual war. We're not fighting fire with fire. It's within ourselves is where the real true war is happening, is really coming to terms with your own connection with God. What's the challenge here? And we have the 10 of Knockers, which is the 10 of Wands. Yes, trials and tribulations aplenty. That is the challenge. But it's like that cycle is completing. It's coming to an end. It's at the judgment, right? And then the tower will fall, period. It will. The things that are shaky within our foundation, within our earth, will fall. What is the advice here? What is the advice here? We have the 9 of Cups. Your wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment. What are you focused on? This depths of love just comes, I just feel like that's what this is about. What is truly fulfilling in your heart emotionally? That's the advice. That's where it's saying to focus. Focus on doing the things that bring you emotional fulfillment. That's your sign. That's what's going to stand out as contributing the most to the collective right now. Wow. Okay. What's the outcome here? This one here. The Advocate of Saucers. Advocate. I think it's Queen of Pentacles. Wow. I'm just getting like Mother Earth, feminine leadership. I'm getting, yeah, divine feminine, making things beautiful, being, you know, abundant. Let me just double check what the Advocate means. Yeah, it is the Advocate of Saucers is the Queen of Pentacles. But I'm just going to read it. Why not? We don't usually read the book on tarot cards, but it says caring, generosity, a genuine willingness to help others, a genuine willingness to help others, not because you're forced to, but because that's what brings you emotional fulfillment. That's where we'll get this depths of love. The Advocate is seen under a large flying craft. She is aware of it and knows exactly what it is. She works a normal day job and keeps her UFO mania to herself. After hours is a different story. She has gone on record that aliens have indeed visited our planet. She does not care what the media or her peers think. She has seen enough evidence to go beyond merely believing in them. She owns hundreds of books on the subject. The Advocate of Saucers is associated with the element of earth, which represents stability, security, and material possessions. The Advocate of Saucers upright can also represent a need for self-care and nurturing. You may need to take some time to focus on your own needs and well-being. This could involve taking care of your health, spending time in nature, or indulging your hobbies. And it says, you have been taking care of everyone around you. Are you caring for yourself? And that coming out here at the with the Nine of Cups right next to it is, I think that we've been told for a long time not to think of ourselves, think of others first. You have to put into yourself first before you can have enough to consider others, right? If you're depleted, how can you give to anything else? All right, we are going to go ahead and clarify real quick. Don't get too deep into it. Holy Spirit, tell me more about the Six of Cups in the recent past, or what's led us to this. Okay, and we have the Tower, the Silver Bridge. So I feel like, yeah, it's like, oh, wow, it's like things that have happened in the past, things that have been built up. And it's almost like looking at history or looking at how we've done things before without over romanticizing it. And this could be in your own relationships. This could be in your family dynamics, in your career, you know, like different jobs you've had. You know, you see when the divine has intervened. This is going to restore your faith or build your faith, increase your faith, because you know that the universe always balances things out. That's what I'm getting. Okay, we have this Skeptic of Portals. This is the King of Cups. The King of Cups, yeah. And we have this magic and miracles on the Emperor, and now we have the King of Cups clarifying that. So it's about that, Emperor or the leaders in our life or within ourselves mastering their emotions, connecting to their emotions, choosing love over fear, right? Choosing love over ego. That's what I'm getting here. Tell me more about this Ten of Wands as the challenge. Okay. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, like there's a lot of work that has been done on you personally. And just know that as above, so below, so within, so without. The work that you're doing is challenging. It's going to affect the collective. And, you know, we had this come out right over peace beyond survival. It's like we are in the trials and tribulations, and they may be aplenty, but there is things that you can still work on, that you have mastered, skills, talents, your spiritual gifts. Tell me more about this Nine of Cups. Okay, and we have the Eight of Wands. I'm getting this like magnetic thing. It's like, what are you drawn to? What fulfills you emotionally? Because there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of positive movement. Something about what fulfills you emotionally has so much to do with your spiritual gifts. What you feel has been keeping you from your wish fulfillment is also something. It's also like your faults, or where you feel you are lacking. That is also something, right? That also, where, you know, it's like the things that like your kryptonite is also valuable here, is what I'm getting. I don't know why, but it's going to help point you in the right direction. It's going to bring you positive momentum. You have these very jagged mountains here, but it's like he's running freely. This like Sasquatch or whatever it is. I'm not really sure what it is. Okay, tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles, this Advocate of Saucers. I really liked how it described it in the book, because it's so true right now. So you may have a different point of view. You may see something that other people think, you know, that you should have your tinfoil hat on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think. There is something that brings you joy or strong interest, emotional fulfillment. It really does it for you, whatever. You just have a very passion for it. That's what's going to really carry you through this time, through these tribulations, to have peace. What does it say? Beyond survival. Not just existing, but fulfilling yourself spiritually, emotionally. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. This is like the finish line, right? Like in the race, like really you doing the relay and you're gonna reach the finish line, or you can see it in the distance. And it's like there's going to be a celebration. There's going to be, we have this 11:11 here, alignment. Four of Wands talks about being aligned with something, like hitting your milestone, whatever you're aligning to. And that's what this movement is going to do. You're aligning to your 11:11, your twin flame, your culmination, the thing that you were meant to accomplish here. There might be just obviously not one thing, many things. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Ghosts, which is the Six of Swords. I'm going to read that one too, but, you know, moving on to calmer waters. Just going to put that here. Moving on to calmer waters. We will get through the choppy waters. We will get through the tower. But it's like, how, right? This is the overall energy, the Six of Swords. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Transition, moving, traveling, sabbaticals, and journeys. A sense of uneasiness, trooping fairies, and shadow people. 6 spirits are seen crossing a field. They appear to be a group traveling together. This card can represent a family trip, or a work outing, a vacation, or even a sabbatical that turns out not to be a solo trip. Whatever form the outings take, the influence of Aquarius means that that trip will be a heavy trip. It will be full of unexpected elements, some good, some not so good. The influence of Aquarius on this card can confer a feeling of nervousness and a compulsion to argue over subjects you know a lot about. Expect to feel the presence of the dead around you. It may Even be your ancestors and personal spirits who encourage you to make this trip. Take it. It will change your life. And then it says, is there a trip you've been putting off? Need time off away from your family or coworkers? This is the year to take it. So I feel like the overall energy is this movement, this transition. We're kind of in the in-between right now, between worlds, if you will. And a lot has to happen before the phoenix rises, right? So it's also about understanding that, having compassion for others who are operating out of fear, who are doing what they've always known, and they don't know better. That doesn't mean they're not responsible for their actions, but it's like, you know, like Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I know I have the words all wrong, but that's what came to mind. Have compassion. It doesn't mean you have to tolerate things, but understanding where somebody's coming from can help you to not react aggressive, angrily, or get frustrated, because it's not about you. Things that other people are doing are not about you, even if they seem focused on you. It's not about you. Everybody's dealing with their own hurts, their own angers, their own unhealed wounds, and focus on yours. Focus on what brings you emotional fulfillment. Again, not denying what's going on in the world, not denying what you may be afraid of, but not allowing that to be the focus of how you decide something, right? All right. Let's get to close this out. This has been quite a long reading. Let's get some angel numbers just to have some advice here. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels. What numbers? Okay, I'm going to take those. There we go. Oh, there's more than I thought. All right, we have 857, creative flow. You are ready. Your angels are telling you that the creative flow of ideas is coming fast now. There is a lot being fed to you, and it's not essential that you remember or absorb it all right now. Sit quietly in meditation for a few minutes and write down anything that comes up. Continue to write things down throughout the day. I feel like I got that card on my personal reading. Not sure. All right, we have 470, surrender. Release a problem. Your angels encourage you to surrender a present worry you have to them. Whether you are confused, feeling out of control, or simply at a loss for solutions, you can energetically release this issue to the divine. And we have 301, renew love. And we have that depths of love there. A relationship needs attention. Angels are signaling that an important relationship in your life needs renewal and attention. People can often hurt the ones they love the most, and you are being called to recognize that. Who in your life could use a little tender, loving care? All right. And then we have, yeah, I definitely got a couple of these cards already. I got this card earlier. 700, your thoughts create your reality. There is bravery in wanting something in life. It can lead to disappointment, but your angels want you to take that chance. What is it that you want? They are sending energy to you so as to manifest your desires in your life. And we got that 9 of Cups. I definitely, and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like there is something that you have maybe been holding back on, hoping for or wishing for. Let's see the bottom of the deck. Oh, wow. We have 333, equilibrium. Nurture the mind, body, and spirit connection. Your angels are asking you to balance yourself. What area of your life feels out of alignment? Get a meditation practice going, embark on a workout routine, or finally start that vision board you've been procrastinating procrastinating on. Your angels want you to look at the areas of your life that are not fully rounded out and self-correct. So all of these, it's like doing that work is going to help you help the collective. When you get yourself, when you clean your own house, then the community, if everybody was cleaning their own house, then the community would also by proxy start to clean, right? That's what I'm getting here. I don't know. So those are the messages that came through. Thank you for listening to this message, choosing love over fear. I am going to get out a zodiac reading over on the other channel, One Love, One Light, so check that out. Please go over there and subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please, please, please subscribe. And remember, the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.